Welcome everyone to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, Bitcoin analysts flag key Bitcoin price points as the bulls cling to $26,000. And breaking news just in, Franklin Templeton, a $1.5 trillion asset manager, filed a 19B4 for a spot Bitcoin ETF app, officially starting the clock with the SEC. Let's go. We'll also be discussing breaking news, JPMorgan subsidiary Chase UK to restrict crypto transactions. That's right. Chase Bank customers in the UK will no longer be able to make crypto transactions starting October 16th. Now, remember, Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of Chase, isn't selling. Jamie Dimon is most likely buying, and Chase is probably doing the same. So let's not forget the past. We'll also be discussing Gemini investing $24 million for the expansion in India. In fact, they have added 70 new members to their staff. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin gains legal recognition as a digital currency in Shanghai, China. That's right. A similar report from another Chinese court in September recognized cryptos as virtual properties protected by the law. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Then BitBoy Armstrong arrested on his live stream over a Lambo dispute. And in fact, in his own testimony in today's video, he shared he caught 2 charges, one for loitering and another for ultimately harassment, which is assault. And Max Kaiser responded to this: Ishcoiners, like drug addicts and alcoholics, always end up in prison, the hospital, or the morgue. You don't have to Ishcoin today. Move to El Salvador and live the Bitcoin maximalist life of God's only money, perfect money, Bitcoin, where 3 pupusas for only $1. We're also going to be discussing, can the Bitcoin price realistically achieve Fidelity's $1 billion price target by 2038? I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And if you're new to the channel, the greatest compliment you can do, simply smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And if you want to help out with the YouTube algorithm, it's as simple as smashing that like button, especially if you gain value out of today's show. And with that being shared, welcome everyone just joining us. Again, this is pod number 1413. I am your host, JV, and today is September 26th, 2023. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. Massive shout out to everyone today in the live chat. I appreciate all the interaction. This chat is literally lit, and we're going to have a fantastic live Q&A session towards the end of the show. So here we go. Let's check out Coin360. We can see the majority of the altcoins currently correcting, along with the king, down 0.25% for the day, trading just above 26,200, but a good sign that we're holding on to that $26,000 as support. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. We're currently sitting just above $1 trillion. We have been stuck here for the bulk of this year, just FYI. There's roughly $22 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance slightly on the rise at 48.9%, with the Ether dominance at 18.3%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we have Maker up 9%, trading at $1,423, followed by Frank's Share, or Frax Share, FXS, up 5%, trading just under $6, followed by Optimism, up 2%, trading at $1.27. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past week, a massive sea of red with only a handful in the green, with Maker leading this pack, up 8.8%, with the biggest losers being RLB and APT down roughly 4.5%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 46 in fear. Yesterday was a 47, which is neutral. Last week a 46, and last month a 38 in fear. So there you have it, fam. Shout out to everyone in that live chat: OG, Backroad, Crypto Bootleg, Bitcoin Maximus, Digital Dankness. We got Renee, Knox Bill, the entire fam in the building, which I love to see. And with that being shared, fam, now let's break down today's Bitcoin technical analysis, check out some of the charts and where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. Let's go. And don't forget to smash that like. Bitcoin hit intraday lows after the September 26th Wall Street Open as the price behavior shunned major volatility, as you can clearly see here in the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Data from Cointelegraph and TradingView showed Bitcoin acting in a tight range while keeping 26,000 as support, which is the current line in the sand. The Bitcoin bull saw several retests of the 26th level as the week got underway, though it is still holding at this time. Analyzing the composition on the largest global exchange Binance, we have material indicators eyeing a potential scenario yet to come, with $50 million in bid liquidity between 25,000 and the current spot price versus just 6 million in overhead resistance, watching to see if it replenishes, says the analyst. Now, material indicators reiterated that 24,750, the site of the Bitcoin mid-June low, remained the line in the sand for the bulls for the previous weeks. Now, he also described the current status quo that is not that bad, and also added what Dan Crypto Trades highlighted, the two key levels that could determine the new Bitcoin price trend. These came in the form of the 200-week moving average at 28,000, as well as the horizontal support zone at 25 Gs, quoting him here. Until then, we'd likely be seeing low time frame choppy price action. And he also points out here, Bitcoin zooming out is not all that bad, but I doubt we'll see any meaningful trend form until either, number one, the weekly 200-week moving average, which is sitting at 28,000, is broken, or until the horizontal support sitting at 25,000 is broken. Which target do you feel is most likely to occur for the King Crypto? Let me know in the comments right down below. And zooming out, it was financial commentator Ted's Talk Crypto turning the eye to the rest of 2023 with optimism when it came to BTC. Quoting the analyst here, Bitcoin is entering a period of positive seasonality, noting that October is traditionally a lucrative month, hence why we call it Uptober. For Bitcoin hodlers, TED Talks Macro said that 2022 marked an exception thanks to the United States benchmark interest rates, quoting him again. However, for Bitcoin, this is an unprecedented environment. Prior to 2022, Bitcoin had never existed in a world that rates much higher than 2%, whereas now in late 2023, the federal funds rate is above 5% and will likely remain there for much longer while the central banks of the world try to keep the lid on inflation. Good luck there. We know that the genie is out of the bottle, so good luck trying to get that tamed back in, right? Now, this chart shows October as being on average Bitcoin's most successful month over the past 3 years, with data from monitoring resource CoinGlass showing likewise. So do you feel that this up and coming month, which is only a few days out, Uptober, aka October, will be another bullish catalyst for the King Crypto and the entire crypto market? Let me know your honest thoughts, fam, in the comments below. And this breaking news just came in before I went live. $1.5 trillion asset manager Franklin Templeton files a 19B4 for the spot Bitcoin ETF, officially starting the clock with the SEC. Another one, fam. I should be quoting or, hitting the soundboard here for DJ Khaled. Another one. Because it's like a domino effect, I cannot wait. 2024 is going to be such a bullish year, fam. You have no idea. Anyways, now let's break down breaking news coming from JPMorgan Chase and their CEO, Jamie Dimon, better known as Jamie the Tapeworm here in the crypto sphere. Shout out to Max Geyser, by the way. But yeah, they're banning crypto transactions from your bank. And we know in the United States, at least, JPMorgan Chase is the largest bank in the United States. So them putting a ban on crypto in the UK is a clear sign that they don't want investors investing into crypto. So what do they know that we don't? Well, let's break this down and why this may be. And if you're currently banking with JPMorgan Chase, I'd highly consider thinking about starting another bank account, maybe with a local credit union or something like that. Why support these criminals? You know what I mean? So here we go. Chase Bank, a subsidiary of financial services company JPMorgan Chase, will restrict all crypto-related transactions for its customers in the UK. Now, if you live in the UK, I'd be making an uproar about this because it's total BS. And again, I would not be supporting your oppressors, fam. Starting October 16th, which is like 2 weeks out, customers of Chase Bank in the UK will no longer be able to make crypto transactions using their debit cards or through outgoing bank transfers. They're going to try to make it impossible for you. Customers will receive a decline transaction notification if they attempt to make a crypto-related transaction. So the million-dollar question becomes, why do you feel they're banning all crypto transactions? Are they doing to look out for your best interests, or are they trying to protect their own, you know what I mean, special interests? Let me know, fam, because I think the answer couldn't be any more clear. So check it out. According to the bank's representative, Chase decided to enforce the new restrictions due to an increase in fraud and scams related to crypto assets. The spokesperson referred to data from Britain's fraud reporting agency, Action Fraud, indicating that the UK consumer losses to crypto fraud surged more than 40% year over year as of May 2023. And according to the agency, the losses in the UK surpassed 300 million British pounds, which is roughly roughly $365 million. What is that, a million per day in USD? This has been done to protect our customers and keep their money safe. Sure, if you believe them, we are committed to helping keep our customers' money safe and secure. We have seen an increase in a number of crypto scams targeting UK consumers. So we have taken the decision to prevent the purchase of crypto assets on the Chase debit card or by transferring money to a crypto site from a Chase account. Now, Chase Bank originally announced its policy change around crypto in an email to customers September 26th. Today, we have made the decision because fraudsters are increasingly using crypto assets to steal large amounts of money from people, the bank said. Now, some Chase users subsequently reported receiving the email about the policy changes. Many expressed outrage, saying it decides to limit the freedom to use crypto under the guise of investor protection. Exactly, quoting him here. We're banning computers because fraudsters use them. That's ultimately the same logic for why they're claiming to be not allowing transactions in crypto through Chase Bank. Now, they're a retail-focused bank offering fee-free banking via its mobile app, operating in more than 4,600 branches around the world. Chase reportedly amassed more than 50 million active users. Good frickin' Lord. The latest restrictions will only impact around 2% of its total users worldwide, with its UK user base reaching 1 million in September of 2022. And quoting Altcoin Daily, today JPMorgan Chase banned Bitcoin and crypto transactions for all the UK clients, possibly more banks to follow. I hope this doesn't follow over in the United States. That's why we need to make a big uproar about it now, in my humble opinion. Anyways, but remember, Jamie Dimon, aka Jamie the Tapeworm, as Max Kaiser refers to him as, the CEO of Chase, isn't selling. Jamie Dimon is most likely buying, and Chase is probably buying too. Remember what happened back in 2017. And he makes a great point. Don't listen to what these criminals say, but watch what they do, because actions don't lie. And with that being shared, fam, now let's break down our next story of the day. And let me know if you're going to be supporting JPMorgan Chase. If you're currently banking with them, again, I'd highly recommend going to a local credit union or someone not involved in racketeering and criminal, organization involved in RICO. Just saying, because they have been caught red-handed how many times over the years? They more recently, over the past couple of years, had to pay a $900 million plus fine for spoofing the precious metals market. We're talking about JPMorgan Chase, their criminals, and their criminal CEO, Jamie the Tapeworm Dimon. So I'm sick of seeing this man's face. I'm sick of the FUD, and I'm sick of their BS at the end of the day. If you can relate, holla at your boy. Now let's break down the latest with Gemini, one of the major crypto exchanges in the United States, expanding over in India, which we know is one of the largest populations in the world, probably next to China, I would say. So let's break this baby down. And how many of you have used the Gemini exchange over the years? Let me know. And did you know, FYI, they were the first ones, the Winklevoss twins, to submit an application for a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States over a decade ago to the SEC, and they have been denying applications ever since. Now, according to the September 26th announcement, the funds will be used to grow Gemini's development center in Gurgaon, the exchange said. Our teams based in Gurgaon will also be responsible for the core platform fundamentals in the areas of compliance, data pipelines, and warehousing, security, and payments, complementing our 500-plus strong global workforce. Since its initial launch in May, the Gemini Gurgaon Development Center expanded to over 70 staff, with active hiring for software engineers, technical product managers, talent acquisition, finance, support, and compliance. And in supporting the expansion, Gemini cited the Indian government's robust support framework that allows startups to thrive. Maybe take a lesson out of that, SEC and US regulators, you blind mofos. Anyways, the site also acts as a developer for the exchange's new features in NFTs, as well as the asset marketplace. Now, back in April, Gemini disclosed big plans for international growth this year in APAC, referring to the Asia-Pacific region. It's India's operations, which are expected to be the second largest behind only Gemini's United States headquarters. Now, the firm's CEO for APAC region called India a global hub for entrepreneurship and technical development. India has been actively adopting blockchain tech, with around 50% of their local and state-level governments incorporating it into their data management systems and verifiable certificate issuances. In a recent survey, over 56% of Indian firms expressed interest in enterprise blockchain in a country with an estimated Web3 developer base of 10 million individuals. So between 2021 and 2022, 450 Web3 startups in India received $1.5 billion in investments. So there you have it. I am curious, how many of you have ever been to India before? How many of you are tuned in live right now from India? And what's the state of the current crypto environment in India? If you can share any insights, I greatly appreciate that. And I'll read all that out loud here towards the end of the show. And with that being shared, fam, now let's discuss Bitcoin in China. At one point, Bitcoin was totally banned. Bitcoin mining was banned, right? And then Hong Kong, which is not a part of the mainland, they started talking about this innovation, making it virtually a crypto hub for that region. And now China has come out saying, yo, we recognize Bitcoin. It's no longer banned. And Shanghai being one of the, major places over there. So let's break this baby down. I've actually lived 13 months in China, so I have a little experience out there. Anyways, the Shanghai #2 Intermediate People's Court in China reportedly recognized Bitcoin as a unique and non-replicable digital asset while acknowledging its scarcity and inherent value. Preach! The Chinese court released a report yesterday, September 25th, discussing the development of internet tech. The report stated that with the development of internet tech, digital currencies such as Bitcoin stand out as unique and non-replicable. Preach. The report states that among the sea of digital currencies, Bitcoin is different and unique from other digital assets. 100%. The report also shed light on some of the unique properties of Bitcoin, including its scarcity and property attributes. The report states that Bitcoin has key currency features such as scalability, ease of circulation, storage, and payment. Bitcoin continues to see global usage despite its decentralized nature and lack of central authority administration. The latest judicial report acknowledging Bitcoin and its attributes as an asset class gives Bitcoin and other digital currencies in China more legitimacy. Despite a blanket ban on cryptos in China, legal arguments for defining Bitcoin as personal property have gained a lot of traction from the local Chinese courts. The latest recognition from one of the key courts in Shanghai comes despite the hostile attitude of the Chinese government towards Bitcoin. China imposed a blanket ban on all forms of crypto activities, including Bitcoin mining, back in 2021. However, several courts in China have recognized Bitcoin and other digital assets as legal properties, which is protected by the law. And as reported September 1st, a people's court in China released a report assessing the legality of virtual assets and analyzing the criminal law attributes of these assets. The report observed that digital assets qualify as legal property and thus are protected by the law. That's right, as Michael Saylor calls it, it's digital real estate. It's more scarce than real estate because there's only 21 million coins. It's the first money in existence to have a finite limited supply. And of course, governments around the world are going to have to recognize it regardless of what they have done in the past. And this is the sign of the times, even China recognizing it as legal property, which therefore needs to be protected. So there we have it. No one can stop Bitcoin. No one can ban it. You can try it. It's only going to make it that much more popular at the end of the day, which we have witnessed time and time again. Now for the story that is on everyone's mind, the story that had me up till 1 a.m. watching the drama go down in real time as BitBoy Ben Armstrong got arrested in real time during his own live stream. You can't make this up. Then this morning, I watched his latest update to see what happened. He said he caught 2 charges, one for loitering, being somewhere he doesn't belong. He showed up at this guy Carlos's house, allegedly to get his Lamborghini back, which was allegedly stolen from him. He claimed to have a gun in the vehicle. The police asked him, do you have any weapons on you? He's like, no, nothing is on me, but there's a gun in my car. And then they kept asking, who is in your car? Because they can see someone in the car. And he failed to answer that to the police until about the 5th request. The police yelled, who is in the car? And then he's like, I think Cassie or whoever his mistress is that he's been cheating on his wife with. So he revealed this in the live stream. It was the most chaotic. I am telling you, I would have never imagined this happening in live. The most entertaining story probably of all time. I cannot wait for the movie of BitBoy. But anyways, if you missed it, here's what you missed out on. And let me know your thoughts, fam. This is very interesting, entertaining, and sad all at the same time. Crypto influencer Ben Armstrong, previously known as BitBoy, who was once the largest crypto YouTuber in the world, had reportedly been arrested while live streaming outside of his house. That's a fact. We witnessed it live on stream. And he claims that this former business associate Carlos basically stole his Lamborghini through coercion and threats. Now, before the Ustream, he posted he was going live soon in a very special location. He announced it here on his X account 7:19 p.m. last night. I'll be going live soon from a very special location on YouTube, so get ready. This is going to be good. I'd say it wasn't a good look at all, Ben. You ended up in jail. What an embarrassment. Less than an hour later, Armstrong was live streaming himself at the residence of consultant and NFT investor Carlos Diaz, who is understood to have links with the Hit Network, and he claims he is a gangster. And it's ironic that their company is called the Hit Network, because what do gangsters do? They make hits. And we ain't talking about music, fam. Anyways, Armstrong went on the tirade claiming Diaz wanted to kill him and alleging he has links to the Houston Mafia. I am not scared of you, Carlos. He was yelling. He also played Ding Dong Ditch, ringing his doorbell, then running to the streets. Again, this is a grown man, so you can't make this stuff up. So someone shared on X the entire insane 37-minute BitBoy stream started from Carlos's driveway, him on his property, to him ending the stream. Again, I watched this very late last night. I encourage you to watch it if you find that entertaining. But anyways, here's for some of the highlights. At almost 19 minutes into the stream, Armstrong was met with local police who were called and turned up and asked if Armstrong had a weapon on him, in which he denied. He was then ordered to put down the phone, and the stream goes blank for the remaining 17 minutes, but you can still hear the audio, just FYI. And according to a listening on Gwinnett County, Georgia Sheriff's Office, Benjamin Charles Armstrong was booked on September 25th at 9:11 p.m. local time and remains incarcerated, but he is out. He claimed in the update this morning he only served 8 hours in jail. So just FYI, he is currently out, but he said he does have 2 charges. Again, one for loitering and one for assault. I guess charges being pressed against him by that man, Carlos Diaz. Now, September 26th, Diaz posted a confirmation that Armstrong had turned up at his house, and blockchain sleuth Zach XBT said, who is not a fan, will always celebrate one of the most notorious bad actors in crypto finally getting karma. And in late August, the Hit Network, which controls the BitBoy crypto brand, cut ties with its public face, Ben Armstrong, citing issues surrounding substance abuse and financial damage to employees. And since then, a couple of lawsuits have been filed and retracted by various parties involved as the online saga continues. Armstrong even appealed for donations September 20th to cover his legal battles, which riled the crypto community. Now, Max Kaiser's response to all of this, and God bless Max, shitcoiners like drug addicts and alcoholics always end up in prison, the hospital, or the morgue. You don't have to ishcoin today. Move to El Salvador and live the Bitcoin maximalist life of God's only money, perfect money, Bitcoin, where you can get 3 papusas for $1. Preach. Now, what are your thoughts on this ongoing saga of BitBoy? I knew he was going to end up in jail. Max has been calling it for quite some time. I think it's pathetic. More so than anything, him asking for donations when he has a $400,000 Lamborghini, in which he claims he has. He's still rocking a Rolex. He's still living in a very upscale property. So why are you people donating money to this man so he can launch infinite amounts of lawsuits? He claimed he was going to be sending 25 lawsuits to every member of the Hit Network. Anyone saying anything bad against him. So he's on a tirade right now. Obviously, maybe a little crazy. He claims it's his PSTD. But let me know your honest thoughts, fam. And I'm going to be reading all these comments out loud. Again, this is the most entertaining event that I have ever seen transpire, minus maybe SBF in that saga, but BitBoy was also involved in that drama. Go figure. Interesting, right? Anyways, fam, now for our main featured story of the day, and that's Fidelity making a very bold prediction that the Bitcoin price will hit $1 billion per coin by the year 2038. In fact, the head of their macro, Jurrien Timmer, made this prediction. So let's break this down, and then we'll dive into our live Q&A. So here we go. Check it out. Bitcoin, as we know, the world's largest crypto asset, has witnessed impeccable growth in terms of both adoption and price. Facts. Despite 2022 slump, the community seems optimistic about the asset hitting greater heights. Back in 2021, during the peak of Bitcoin, prominent asset manager Fidelity, who is currently the second largest asset manager in the world with $4.5 trillion in assets under management, made a highly bullish prediction about the king crypto. However, the current scenario raises the question of whether the forecast remains valid and applicable. So let's break down this prediction and how they derived this insane number of $1 billion per Bitcoin. Jurrien Timmer, the director of global macro at Fidelity, put forth the notion that Bitcoin has the potential to reach a valuation of $1 billion per coin in roughly 2 decades by 2038 to be exact. Specifically, around the year 2038, to support his forecast, Timmer employed a combination of models and charts with a particular focus on the stock-to-flow model and his own demand model. These analytical tools form the foundation of his primary prediction. And you can see those here, the Bitcoin supply and demand models as outlined here on your screen. The above demand model employs Metcalfe's law. I'm sure you've heard of it before. According to this, the number of its users grows linearly. A network's value grows geometrically. This means that the utility and adoption of Bitcoin are expected to grow more rapidly compared to its network of users, exchanges, ATMs, and participating retailers. Therefore, this model predicted the Bitcoin will reach $1 million by 2030. Let me know if you agree or disagree thus far. Now, in contrast, Timmer's own stock-to-flow supply model noted the event of significant price surges during each halving event. Consequently, when considering this model in conjunction with the two other factors, it foresees a Bitcoin price range of $1 million to $10 million per coin by the year 2030. Let me know if you're still with me. We also got to point out we have ARK Investors Kathy Wood along the lines of the same prediction, predicting $1 million Bitcoin price as high as $1.5 million by the year 2030 for her bullish case. We also have the stock to flow and Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, now projecting between $100,000 and $1 million Bitcoin price by the year 2030, or I should say even more accurately, post 2024 halving, so it can come a lot before that next decade. Anyways, fam, let's get back to this story, shall we? Timmer's demand model is more inclined towards reflecting the bottom of the Bitcoin price, but on the other hand, the stock to flow model seems to provide a better approximation for the peak of the king coin. However, it is worth noting that the disparity between these two models widens significantly beyond the year 2030. The reason behind this gap is expected to be the changing value of the dollar. So that's the kicker. What happens with hyperinflation? What's going to happen to the dollar value of Bitcoin? So let's break this down. How changes in the dollar value could influence the Bitcoin price action. Timmer proposes that the value of the dollar undergoes fluctuations over time when compared to other assets. For instance, if a dollar was invested in stocks during the 18th century, its present-day value would be $4 billion. Similarly, Timmer replied that if $1 million is invested today, it can grow to $1 billion in a span of 20 years. This further revealed that the purchasing power of the dollar has significantly reduced due to factors like inflation and depreciation. Thus, Timmer's statement implied that keeping a fixed amount of dollars for many years may lead to a reduced purchasing power due to the assets changing value. And over the last few years, an increasing number of companies are taking over the $1 trillion market cap. And as a result, it is foreseeable that in the next 2 decades, the concept of a $1 trillion valuation will become more common, so much that individuals themselves could be worth $1 trillion or more. The scale of numbers may even reach the quadrillion range. And let's stop right there. Currently, on paper, the 2 richest men in the world are like Elon Musk as well as Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Do you think they're likely to become trillionaires, or do you think someone in the crypto sphere, such as the CZ, who is notoriously known as the richest in crypto, will surpass their wealth and become the first trillionaire? Do you think it could be Michael Saylor, considering MicroStrategy now holds like 158,000 BTC on their balance sheet? Could it be Barry Silbert of GBTC, who currently control over 600,000 BTC? What's your thoughts, fam? Let me know in the comments right down below. So is this milestone still achievable for Bitcoin? Isn't that the $1 million question? Let's discuss it. Despite Bitcoin's historical growth, it had recently faced a significant setback. Bitcoin's network activity had diminished and fallen behind the comparison to Cardano network. For example, the number of active addresses in the Bitcoin market has experienced a notable decline when compared to the levels seen in 2021. But personally, I think that is explainable. We had a bull run in 2021. Everyone and their mother was following Bitcoin and getting involved, especially around the time we hit those all-time highs. Now, higher network activity, like increased transaction volume or active addresses, is viewed as a positive indicator for the growing adoption of BTC. This can create a sense of confidence amongst the investors, potentially leading to rising demand and a positive effect on the Bitcoin price. Now, although Timmer's prediction may be considered far-fetched and lacks empirical evidence, it doesn't completely dismiss the possibility that Bitcoin reaches such levels. The concept of de-dollarization has gained status, as we know with BRICS, right? Shifting global attention towards alternative currencies. This shift in focus is expected to drive the demand for assets like gold and crypto to Bitcoin. And with BRICS pushing for the fall of the dollar, the BRICS currency and Bitcoin are expected to garner momentum. Facts, fam. We know it's a given that the dollar is going to continue to be printed until the wheels fall off. And as a result, the purchasing power of the dollar is mathematically guaranteed to go down, while the purchasing power of Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to go up. So what are your thoughts on Jurrien Timmer and Fidelity's $1 billion price prediction? Recap, they're claiming between 1 million and 10 million by the top of the decade, by 2030. And then due to hyperinflation, like we're witnessing in other countries around the world, like in Argentina right now, that the US dollar is going to become virtually worthless. Hence why we're going to see the Bitcoin price, if it's still even comparable to dollars by that time, $1 billion per coin. What's your thoughts, fam? Let me know in the comments right down below. And if you gain value out of today's episode, the greatest compliment you can do, smash that like button, because it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm, and it will help usher in mass Bitcoin adoption as they'll get more eyeballs on this show and on this channel. And if you gain value, be sure to also subscribe, hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications, as I greatly appreciate each and every one's support. Massive shout out to everyone today in the live chat. Let's get this, baby. We got a lit chat. Love it. Bitcoin Trini in the building. Jack Jeong, Steve Randall, Tennessee Eco Man, Crypto McCrypto. What up, McCrypto? Passive income with AI. We got Fairground Fun Fairs UK. What are your guys' thoughts in the UK with that BS announcement that they're going to be blocking transactions, at a JPMorgan Chase? Satwise Jenks in the building. Good to see you. TI, what it do? Lazy Turtle. Been a while since I caught your live. Got you today in the background. That's what's up. While I'll be driving. Much love, much respect. Appreciate you back. Good to see you. Traveling back home to Clearwater, Florida, my old stomping grounds. I actually relocated from Clearwater to Puerto Rico back in 2018. If you didn't know, now you know. Hey, JV and Crypto News Alerts fan, what's up, McLovin? What's new? What's poppin'? Good to see you, Larry Lowe. Appreciate you tuning in. Good morning, fam. Smashing and waiting for another damn good show. Appreciate that. It means the world to me. I'm still new to crypto, Larry says. Only watching Crypto News Alerts and Coin Bureau, where that's a great place to start. Both are excellent shows, says that. I appreciate the support. What up, JV? What up, Jack? Good to see you. Welcome back. Logically speaking, unless Bitcoin gets shut down, which is technically impossible, it will only appreciate in price. That's why I took the plunge. You're a smart man, Larry. You're well ahead of the curve for the rest of the population. Yes, this is pod number 1413. Should be called Crypto Archive, says Paul Hankinson. Well, I appreciate the feedback, and I actually like the name. I think that is fantastic. Shout out to Tim's Crypto. Appreciate the support. I orange pill my coworker today. Don't it feel damn good doing God's work? You know what I mean? Delivered the Bitcoin standard. That's how to get it done. 100%. And as I mentioned, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink it. So I feel it's our responsibility not to wake up all the sheep, because a lot of the sheep don't want to be awakened, but it's our job to nudge and awaken the sleeping lions. So where my sleeping lions at? Where my long-term hodlers at? Make some noise, fam. You know what I mean? Audio book for the long commute. Smart. Good stuff. And everyone can find that online. If you don't already have a copy of the Bitcoin Standard, I highly recommend it. I would consider it the Bible for Bitcoiners, fam. Fairgrounds, let's go Bitcoin. And you can drag ETH and XRP up as well. It does seem that a rising tide rises all ships. 100%. And we do have a Bitcoin halving around the corner, right, fam? Much love. Pure intentions as always. Party time, says Knoxville. Appreciate you, Knoxville. Thanks for tuning in, supporting the show. What's up, Chris Minka? Shout out to our incredible moderators as well. Bitcoin Maximus and Digital Dankness. Much love and respect each and every day. Doing a damn good job. What up, Steve Randall? What's good? Chris says, I told you guys BitBoy is proving this in real time. If you can't control your emotions, you will lose most of your money. 100%. He's blaming it on PSTD or whatever, post-traumatic stress syndrome that his ex-colleagues are giving him. But some say it's drugs. They're allegations, but he did admit to doing steroids, taking diet pills, and his, the guy from the Hit Network, TJ, he was on Altcoin Daily talking about all the drugs outside of that Armstrong is on. Again, this is allegations, so I don't know what's true and what's not, but it's definitely not a good look when you can't control your own emotions. If you can't control what's going on inside of you, you have no control whatsoever. So learn to get it together or expect more havoc and chaos to continue, and you probably will end up back in prison, unfortunately. And again, this is sad. It's a sad look for his entire family. I feel so bad for this guy. Yet he's still going public, still talking about the situation, not heeding all the advice of his lawyers. I mean, any good lawyer would have told him to shut the fuck up and silence himself and just get back to the crypto news. He refuses to share the crypto news because he knows it's more entertaining and it's going to get more attention to just speak about the drama, and you're attracting it. It's law of attraction. You know what I mean? So it kind of just is what it is. Get back to the crypto news, and I think everything will work itself out, and it'll be in the best interest of his family, in my humble opinion. At the end of the day, just my 2 Satoshis. What are your guys' thoughts? Bull Run 2024. You already know 2024 is right around the corner. I cannot wait. The Bitcoin halving is scheduled to take place in April, and as you already know, Bitcoin supply shock is incoming. There's less than 2 million Bitcoin currently on the exchanges, and when you add the catalyst between the Bitcoin halving as well as the spot Bitcoin ETF likely getting the approval in the United States by the SEC, these are 2 of the most bullish catalysts that could potentially occur in Bitcoin that are both going to happen in the same year. So can you say new all-time high? Let's freaking go. You know what I mean? TA is 100% accurate looking at the past. Bitcoin is the future. Exactly. And no one can predict the future unless you're Nostradamus. Just saying. Right? Even Miss Cleo was a fraud. We found out years later. You guys remember Miss Cleo infomercials back in the day? When I was a kid, I remember in the middle of the night they would come on. She had like a fake Jamaican accent and all. She went all in on her fraud. TI is like astrology for investing. Yeah, that's a quote from Max Kaiser. He says that technical analysis is equivalent to astrology for men. And then he shares an obvious fact. There is no TA, technical analyst, that has become a billionaire. Why is that? Good question. I think it's safe to say that most traders are probably degenerates, very similar to gambling. And another interesting concept I wanted to bring up, according to TJ, Ben also had a serious gambling problem. And it's ironic because they took on a sponsor stake and they were earning $1 million per month just from that deal to promote gambling. So why would you promote gambling if you yourself have a gambling problem? Things that make you go, not a good look, Ben. Just saying. Just pointing out the obvious. This is all public record. I'm not attacking anyone. It's just on my mind because I'm fascinated by the entertainment myself. You know what I mean? UK Prime Minister is pro-crypto. Well, that's good news. He needs to get on JPMorgan Chase. Maybe they're trying to do that to see if they can get away with it. And if there's no pushback, they do the same thing in the United States. I wouldn't put it past them as they continue to stack sats themselves. You know what I mean? Maximus, still stacking. Let's get it. JV, much love. Appreciate your work. Thank you, Andy Surfer. Robert Brady, credit unions are far, far better than any bank. Indeed. Preach. Yeah. Support local businesses, not our oppressors. If someone is oppressing us and creating criminal acts against us, not supporting crypto for whatever logical reason they want to shove down our throats, which makes no sense, they don't deserve our support. They don't earn our trust. So why are we supporting banks and institutions that threw us overboard very long time ago, who can care less about us, that want to see us poor? Don't support them, fam. It's your choice. You know what I mean? I can see fraud. It's rampant. It always is. Anyone outside the USA already in a Bitcoin ETF? I am in Canada about to transfer RRPs to a Bitcoin ETF. Got a couple of options. Good question coming from Baller Bill. If anyone has insights with ETFs outside the United States, please let him know. And stress caution, of course. Do your own due diligence and your own research, fam. Keep that ice coming. Word. Sounds nice. Ice cold beer here, says Passive Income. Well, enjoy your drink. India to develop darknet monitoring tool to combat the crypto fraud. Good to note, crypto ETF. Appreciate you tuning in. Passive to right scams and fraud are rife out there. JPM, such hypocrites. What a shame. Meanwhile, you know they're requiring Bitcoin on their own books. Of course we know that. We follow what they do. We don't listen to what these crooked mofos say, especially Jamie the Tapeworm Diamond. Just saying. Someone has to play that Max Kaiser clip where he's impersonating Jamie the Tapeworm. It is classic. I'm going to share it later on X. If you're not following me on X, go ahead and follow me. You're going to appreciate and get a kick out of that video, guaranteed. Fidelity is much better. Credit union all the way, says Steve. I am not with JP. Good to note. Monzo or NatWest? I don't know what Monzo is. I don't know what NatWest is. Please enlighten me, Felix. JP should be put in jail. Facts. I have a credit card with them with a tiny balance. I should switch 100%. Fully. I just use the option in Fidelity to invest in Bitcoin and ETH with either 401k IRA or my powder deposited into Fidelity. Well, that's cool. Much love and wishing you the best, TI. Listen in from Cornwall, England. Shout out to Fairground. I appreciate the support from England, my homies in the UK. Listen in from London. We got a lot of fam from the UK. That's what's up. World unite, end the Fed, and save humanity. Preach. speaking my language. Let's start an open source of world governments. I think we need less governments around the world, less government control, less government power, but that's just my 2 Satoshis. Been India twice, last time in 2015. Oh, word. What brought you to India, Maximus? Was it a good time? How do you feel crypto adoption was back then? Baller forgot to say I'm in the States, West Coast, West Side. Word up. I assume based on the 401k, said Baller Bill. Word up. BitBoy, wow. Yeah, lost for words, right? Tennessee Eco Man, imagine if what BitBoy said about the Falcons is real news. If so, he probably has limited time. Oh yeah, why things got very interested on that stream where the video blacked out and you can just hear the cops and Ben in the background. He alleges, Master P, real name, Percy Miller, all these very influential athletes and musicians and virtually celebrities and influencers being involved in criminal activity related to Carlos. A lot of things I would never even repeat here, but I would encourage you to check it out if you have any interest in listening to that. So thank you for bringing that up. Who had this on their 2023 bingo card? Thankness, right? BitBoy is coked out. I have been around a lot of this over my life. He needs real help before he destroys himself. A lot of people have been accusing him of drugs. I have no experience with any drugs like that, so I wouldn't even know what someone would look like, but he does seem to have no control over his emotions, so it wouldn't surprise me. Thanks for calling that out. BitBoy is coked out. I mean, a lot of people are saying that word. Maybe he is. I honestly have no clue. Ben, like he was on the good side, the rail slides prior to the arrest. I don't know. I watched it this morning, said Fairground. Isn't it entertaining? Why would anyone bring along his side chick when going for a showdown? Stupidity. That leads me to believe maybe he was under narcotics, not obviously thinking in his logical mind. You got the side piece, you're having an affair with your wife. You obviously don't want anyone to know. And then the cops make you reveal who was in the car on the live stream with roughly 2,500 to 3,000 people watching. That is insanity. Can you say busted? What an embarrassment to his wife and the mother of his children, right? If she doesn't have Ben's trust because he is cheating on her, I don't think anyone deserves the man's trust. I think he's going to have to prove it by his actions if he wants to redeem himself. That's how I personally feel. You know what I mean? I think everyone deserves a second chance, but when you're screwing over your own family and you're continuing to do bad acts which aren't putting you in the right light and are only going to continue to tarnish your reputation as well as your family's reputation, not a good look, fam. Not a good look. It's sad. More than anything, I'm going to pray for him as well. I think he needs prayers more so than anything. We should just mind our own business. He's obviously drugged out, says Chris. Ben's going to lose everything because he is apparently out of control. Does seem to be this way. I pray for his family. Exactly. His family going to need those prayers. It's got to be rough right now. This is crypto drama. It is crypto drama. It 100% is. It's what people want to hear. Apparently, everyone tunes in for the drama. Not many people tune in for the news. I know from firsthand experience. This is episode number 1413, fam. Strictly news. Mixing in a little bit of the drama now just because I do a live Q&A session, right? Anyways, lawyers don't want loose cannons out there making them look bad unless they have a lot of money. Then the lawyer won't give a crap. Facts. Good insights. I don't give two ishes about BitBoy. I didn't even know he was a big crypto YouTuber. I've never heard of him until the whole drama. Word. Yeah, he was the largest. He had the largest channel. I say had, past tense. BitBoy needs a stone cold stunner to get him back into reality. Shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin then. Maybe BitBoy needs to check into a psychiatric hospital on Shutter Island. Ben opened a big short on Bencoin and said, Cassie, hold my beer, right before his arrest. 1 trillion seconds equals 31,709 years. Good Lord. That means it's impossible to count to a trillion. Wow, good to note. BitBoy's mugshot NFT coming soon. Coming straight out of Compton. Yeah, Bitcoin has a boom now to the roof. We need some good news soon. Facts. The good news is coming. Hang tight, fam. I know there's a lot of FUD. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But hold the fort. 2024, things are going to shift. Guaranteed. It's a coming. We have a halving around the corner. The financial pressure is building. It'll burst soon. If we are in place one to get this thing rolling for the rest of the world, will the FOMO take us to the moon? I mean, it's a good sign of the times when JPMorgan Chase is restricting crypto payments on their bank. They don't want anyone using their bank to purchase crypto. That's a good sign. They're in fear. They don't want you to hold crypto. They don't want you to have a position. They want to keep you out, right? They're in it. They're in the game. They prefer you on the sidelines. How's that make you feel, fam? Bitcoin will increase every 4 years higher than the previous, as people know from its halving. That's a fact. That's worth some attention, Emo. Appreciate that. That's a fact. Every 4-year hodler of BTC is in the green. The only ones in the loss are the short-term hodlers looking for a quick buck. They sell in the red. You know what I mean? They sell for lower than they bought it for. Hence, a loser. Now, if you purchase one Bitcoin, hypothetically, you're always going to own one Bitcoin. The dollar value, yeah, it's going to be extremely volatile. Expect it. Nothing new under the sun. But at the same time, in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, the next generation, when you're no longer here and you pass it on to your children, that one Bitcoin is still going to be equivalent to one Bitcoin, right? And maybe at that time, it's no longer comparable to US dollar Ponzi scheme banknotes. And at that point, maybe it's only compared to gold or another precious metal or something like that. I truly believe that. What are your guys' thoughts? You the man, Emilio Gonzalez. Appreciate that. What up, Knoxville? Yeah, England in the building. Cornwall representing. Good to see you guys. Appreciate it. Invested in one Bitcoin, all of my investment dollars. Well, congratulations. Like I said, one Bitcoin will always be equivalent to one Bitcoin. And as long as you don't sell, there's nothing ever to lose. And if you hodl for more than 4 years, you're most likely going to be in the green like every other Bitcoin hodler who come before you. That's facts. Respect the mods. 100%. Show them some love. We still got Monzo in the UK to buy Bitcoin. What is Monzo? I don't even know this term. Is that an individual or is that a bank, an institution? Enlighten me, because we don't have Monzo over here in in the United States. We have manzanas. Those are apples. Plenty of those. What would you build with your hands? You will destroy with your feet. Doubt, shout out. Shout out to the mods. Cheers. Cheers. No problem. Cheers. A lot of cheers in the building. That's complete garbage take, though. Many people have become rich from TA. What even is that comment? I think Max is trying to say, I'm a billionaire, and I don't know of another technical analysis billionaire in the world. That's ultimately what he is saying, if you can read between the lines. And I think he's accurate. Unless you can find me a person who became a billionaire through technical analysis, his statement is accurate. He's ultimately saying you're better off just hodling your damn Bitcoin. Stop trying to think you're smarter than the market. Just hodl. Can you just do that one thing? Hodl, become rich, story over. You know what I mean? But people rather, I'm going to trade my Bitcoin for some XRP and get rich. This bull market. Let's go. Yeah. Just zapped you a few sats, JV. MK still stacking. I greatly appreciate that, my fam. Much love. Anyone is able to sap some sats, which is a great compliment and a way to contribute to the show if you gain value. And if you're able to do that in the first place, I appreciate it. Even if it's only $1, even if it's only 50 cents, it's irrelevant. It's the message. Thank you. I'm very grateful. So I appreciate that, fam. Much love and much respect. Credit unions are the way. Yes, support the local businesses. Can you give me a shout out, please? Greetings from Street Artist Emo. Greetings from Street Artist Emo. I appreciate you tuning in to Crypto News Alerts Live. Much love and respect, fam. Every day you tune in, you will continuously get a shout out. And this show is broadcast across tens of thousands of listeners every single day between the podcast on iTunes and Spotify. We're now on Rumble. We are on, obviously, YouTube. We have now a secondary channel. We are on X. So if you want to get a shout out every day, show me some love. I'll show it right back. It's called Karma, fam. So 100%. Waves good in Puerto Rico? Yes, great surfing in Puerto Rico. Bitcoin is a store of value and will increase every 4 years from us having reward mining. Facts, Emo. I agree 100%. The reason why BitBoy brought his girlfriend with him to convert Carlos was to look badass in front of her so he would get lucky with her. Well, that obviously backfired. Not only was it not badass, he got arrested and caught 2 charges and looked like a fool and embarrassed himself in front of his entire family and in front of the entire world. All eyes on Ben, for real. Yeah. UK in the building. Kent, UK in the building. Shout out Terry Tibbs. Appreciate it. Manchester in the building. Shout out to Maximus. Good stuff. Anyone holding Bitcoin before the Bitcoin Cash fork, that pre-fork BTC. Word up, Andy. I think I got in right after that. Personally, was that back in 2017 or 2016? Clarify. Need to add a lightning QR on the screen too. Well, yeah, I like this angle, so we switch it up from time to time, but the QR code is on the screen at the current moment. Also, you'll always notice the QR lightning code in the description for those of you that need to copy paste versus scan something from a phone, whichever you prefer. It's all good. Appreciate it, fam. Yeah, less government, but you do that, people have to be accountable. BitBoy is proving that most people can't self-govern. Yeah, I mean, obviously, let's not use BitBoy as a representative for the human population. Let's please not do that. Anyone but him and Joe Biden. I mean, we got enough bad role models in this world. Can't we just get some positive, looks out there for the younger generation? You know what I mean? Someone that our kids could actually look up to, that has a level of decency. You know what I mean? BitBoy disrespectful to his mistress or his missus. Not good. 100% not good. If he's disrespecting his own children's mother, do you think he cares about anyone else? Sounds like he is a little self-centered and only really caring about his Lamborghini at this point. I could care less. If I had a Lamborghini and I'm going through all the drama he is going through, the last thing on my mind would be my Lamborghini. I'd just be concerned about my kids and my wife or anyone close to me that I love. But it seems he is valuing material objects and possessions over his own family. That is very sketchy and not a good look. Just point out the obvious. Crypto bros are all about emotions. That is why they get wrecked. It does seem to be this way. You got to control those emotions. Having next year an ETF anytime between now and then, send it. Let's freaking go. Cornwall shout out to the fellow guys here. That's right. Good stuff. If Bitcoin, is it backed by gold? Will it be backed by gold one day? It's a potential possibility, 100%. That's right, JV. It is like Jeff Booth's analogy. Folding a piece of paper 50 times will stack to the moon. Thus, fiat is infinite, while one Bitcoin will always be one BTC. Preach. I went to a Jesuit Catholic high school, and head of the theology once told me to marry money, not for love. That's interesting. That's the advice we're receiving nowadays. Good Lord. Bank in Cyprus lets me buy BTC in UK. Good to know, Terry. Thank you for sharing. Now called Synergy Bank. So you can buy Bitcoin through Synergy Bank in the UK, according to Terry Tibbs. Appreciate that. Monzo is an online banking account here in the UK. Good to know. Thank you, Maximus. Satwise Jenks, I feel bad for her. I want to give her... Yeah, I mean, it is sad. Also, Halifax Banks lets me buy Bitcoin in the UK. Good to note. Halifax, shout out to them. Boo to JPMorgan. Screw JPMorgan. Stop supporting them. Yeah, sold my Bitcoin Cash and Satoshi Vision for more Bitcoin when I got them. Hip. BitBoy is a hillbilly, says Timmy. Have the chain analytics changed much in the last 3 months? That's a good question. Any on-chain experts out there, let me know. I'm not 100% sure. I have a membership to some really good analytics platforms, like Look Into Bitcoin, Look Into On-Chain. I just haven't accessed them, even though I've got the full annual membership. So I'm going to have to pull those up maybe on a live stream. We'll go through them together. All love from Mississippi. Shout out, Josh. Appreciate it. Great show. Appreciate that. Fairground. Anything Bitcoin. Tony Jeffries in the room. Live from Liverpool. Liverpool in the building. Hey, JV, your point of view is great to hear, brother. Really, ethics and morals are in your soul. Thank you, TI. Bomb those likes. Again, the greatest compliment you can do. If you gain value out of today's episode, it's free. Smash the like button. Again, this is how YouTube works. The more people who like it, the more people they will show the show to. Same on Rumble. If you're streaming on Rumble, we're also live simultaneously on Rumble and YouTube at the same time. And same concept. You just hit that like button. It's going to show it to more people as it gets more love on the algorithm. And of course, you want to be subscribed to the channel. Support the movement. My goal, it's good to know the goals, right? My goal is to get to 100,000 subs as soon as humanly possible, right? Right now, we're sitting at roughly 58,000 subs on YouTube, and I think we're at roughly 700 subs on Rumble. We're trying to get Rumble to 10,000 subs or followers as fast as humanly possible. And with your help, we can make that a reality. Also, I invite each and every one of you to join our Crypto News Alerts Discord server. It could be found at discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. Plug in. We have a lot of channels, which is open to the public, and you could, master mastermind and connect with like-minded Bitcoin and crypto peeps just like ourselves and like you individuals here today in the chat. I think it's a great place to be. And also, if you're not already subscribed to the new channel, which is the secondary YouTube channel, it could be found at clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. Help support the movement. We greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Crack that like button. Thank you, TI. May the force be with you as well. Good stuff, fam. Anyways, now for a recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. I discussed the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as Bitcoin analysts flagged the key Bitcoin price points as the bulls cling to 26,000, which is a good sign. At least we're holding as support. We also share breaking news today that JPMorgan subsidiary Chase UK to restrict crypto transactions, which is not a good look for those in the UK, forcing them to use other banks, but it is what it is. Stop supporting JPMorgan already. We also discussed Gemini investing $24 million for the expansion in India. Global adoption, let's freaking go. We also discussed Bitcoin gains legal recognition as a digital currency in Shanghai, China. Let's go. We also discussed breaking news. BitBoy Armstrong arrested on live stream over a Lambo dispute and catching 2 charges, which I broke down for you here in today's show. And we also discussed what's the possibility and how realistic is it for the Bitcoin price action to achieve Fidelity's $1 billion per coin price target by 2038. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. And again, if you gain value out of today's show, smash that like button, show your support, comment. I appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode.